Hi guys, I started this video off in a very unconventional way as this is a continuation of the previous video that I uploaded. I'm about to get into how many looks I have. Please enjoy. During this whole hiatus, I should have been counting. I feel like I could have, done 5 a day and have done my whole head. I'm joking, that's not how long I've been off for, but yeah. I will do a lock countdown. I will count my looks when I have reached 100 subscribers. So who knows, that might be in 2 weeks, that might be in 2 months, that might be in 2 years, 2 decades, who knows. So I'm kind of happy about that. I just chill and just see what happens really. But yeah, when I get to 100 subscribers, I will count my looks. So I would define my looks as semi-freeform, in the sense that, and I never expected to be semi-freeform, never expected it. I thought I would have neat looks, because I thought I would have a loctician. Yeah. And even when I say loctician, I was just planning to see someone maybe 4 times a year and just kind of do the rest myself. So I think I've naturally fallen into being semi-freeform because I don't have a loctician. Equally, I've just started to understand what comes with having really neat locks, practically seeing what it would look like, because I'm a very active person, and in order for them to be maintained in a certain way, but then also be able to take care of my hair the way I want to and make sure my scalp is moisturized and make sure my hair is smelling good, it means I'm gonna have to like compromise. And so in order for me to wet my fingers and to massage my scalp and stuff, that would mean that my locks are not always going to be looking 100% neat. But I've learned to embrace that actually. I don't want to find myself wanting to be in a liberated space but then feeling very restricted. It just doesn't make sense for me personally. So yeah, I would describe my locks as semi-freeform. And interestingly enough, this goes back into like my lock routine or how I take care of my hair, because I didn't actually address retwisting. So in terms of how I retwist, I will put stuff up here to show you what my process looks like. Literally all I do is I will get a light oil, sometimes water, and I will just like use my finger and then just wrap the lock around my finger and do that with say maybe 5 or 3 locks, and then I will just, when they're all like twisted in a certain way, when they're all like kind of, when they all become tight in that shape, I will then braid them together and leave them like that, maybe for like overnight, maybe 2 days, depending on what my life is looking at like at that point in time. But I've found it really hard to find time to lock all my hair at once. So literally, I always find time to kind of rest like after a long day. And generally what I will do is that I'll always feel through my hair. I try not to play with my hair too much, but I'll generally feel through my hair between every couple of days, and I will just find spots that are entangled. See, I don't mind it being puffy, but if it's starting to like mesh together and becoming like joining up together, I will let me be honest, I don't always have any moisture in my hands when I'm doing this, but I will just like separate them. People call that process popping locks. what's popping? Yeah, they call it popping locks, and not everyone agrees with it because it's like, oh, like you're ripping your hair apart, which is basically what it is. And I only do that. I only do that when it's like they're freshly intertwined. It hasn't been like that for a long time, and it generally has never been like that for a long time because I go through my hair quite frequently. So I will like separate them, or if I can tell like this is not going to be an easy separation, what I will do is that I will carefully pick apart the strands of hair. And I feel like I'm really good at doing that because when I had loose natural hair, I would finger detangle a lot. So I know how to kind of navigate between strands of hair. So, and usually then, if I know I have to do that, I will get some sort of oil so that it's not like I'm just trying to handle dry hair and it can easily snap apart. Having said that, I'm not too precious about my hair because look, you can't save everyone. You can't save everyone out here. So I know that when I pull my hair apart, or when I'm like separating them, like, ooh, child. Like even now, I don't have oil. I can see some oil. I'll do it for the squeamish. Wait. Always got tea tree oil lying around. And literally, I'll get some oil. It definitely won't be tea tree oil. I get this from the pound store, by the way. Look at the light, it's just, yeah. £1, they last so long. Get some oil. And if you can see, do you see this? Oh, I just separated it naturally. Ooh. That's how good I am. I'm joking. Like they're all pretty like separate. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, be able to capture this. Okay, do you see this? So what I will do is I'll gauge where the hair is attached to, and I will do that. So as you heard, there was a snap. Like I said, not everyone can be saved, but I pulled it a bit, and a significant amount of hair was still saved when I did that. And that's something I had to quickly adjust to when I decided to lock my hair, because I was trying to save all my strands out here because another reason why I retwist my hair the way I do is because I'm thinking potentially down the line I may want to unlock my hair, I may want to comb it out, I may want to have short hair. So I want to give myself that flexibility, so I do not interlock my hair. I just simply naturally retwist it. So naturally retwist, what does that mean? But yeah, so there was that whole idea and hope that further down the line I just want to give myself that option of being able to have loose natural hair again if I want to. So it was really hard to come to terms with separating my locks, and yeah, just really, it's really hard to come to terms with separating your locks, whether that is like maybe interlocking and making sure that your parts are maintained. So when you interlock, it almost feels a bit more permanent and a bit more complicated to then potentially take your hair out in the future. And then for me, when I pop my locks or when I separate them, and when I hear that, like, when it's like been ripped, it's just like, ooh, sis, if you ever decide to untangle your hair, you're just gonna be having short parts and long parts. And I think it's just something that I'm going to have to, I just have to embrace. That's just a part of having locks, really. Like, yeah. And it's something we can definitely have a conversation about in the comment section if you're up for it. Like, just the concept of when you separate your hair and when you hear it rip and stuff, or break, or whatever you want to call it, it's really hard, especially if you've been natural for a very long time. And in the natural hair community, breakage is something that people try to avoid like the plague. And people are so careful with combing their hair, and any type of hair loss is almost like failure to them. So the idea of intentionally like not even using the word ripping, intentionally separating your hair or hearing that breakage or break or whatever you want to call is quite hard to adjust to. But yeah, it's something that I've just accepted as part of the process. So yeah. Guys, this is the end of the video. Like I always say, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as well. I'd be happy to have conversations with you there or in the comment section down below. And yeah, I think at the end of every video, I'm just going to try and reveal a bit more about myself. Obviously, you can find out more about me on Instagram. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that I'm obsessed with giraffes, if you haven't guessed already. There's one here. There's one there. One here, and one here. And I was going to say something else, but I'll leave that till later. Bye, guys.